Here with the guy they call Dio, Adelayo Odeleye, right? I nailed it, right? Okay, so you are here at Texans camp. You come from the UK. Sum up this experience so far for you.
It's been exciting. I've been exposed to a lot of things I haven't gotten the opportunity to be exposed to before. The teammates, everyone, the coaches, they coach me up every rep. Whatever advice I need, they always tell me what to do, and it's my job to make sure I get right next time.
What about your history in this game? Can you kind of walk me through how you kind of came up playing football and why this game in particular, especially growing up in the UK, appealed to you so much?
Yeah, I kind of started when I was maybe 17, 16, around that age. Started watching.
Late bloomer then.
Yeah, for sure. But over in the UK, I was bigger than most. So when I went up to university, I got interested in American football, tried out for a bunch of different sports, and just the physicality of the sport just kind of stuck with me. And since then, for the first year, I was playing for fun, and then the international pathway program, they approached me at the end of my second year playing. They kind of saw I had the physical attributes to potentially make it into the league. And then since then, so maybe when I was 18, that's when I kind of switched my mentality that, I could do this as a career, and it panned out.
And you're here, finally. So where did you play over there in the UK to kind of give us an idea? Because frankly, I may be a little ignorant to the NFL or football opportunities, this type of football opportunities over there.
So like I said, my first playing experience was basically when I went to university, or college as they call it here.
Where'd you go?
So Loughborough University, one of the best sports universities in the country. So when I went there, I knew I was going to do a sport. I didn't quite know which one. I tried out for like 4 or 5 different sports, and I kind of got involved with the American football team, something that I really felt that I would enjoy. Started playing that. Last year I was over in Germany trying to get a better experience, play against some better opponents. That worked out really well for me. And then I went back, I went on the international pathway program, and I got the opportunity for the Texans to be allocated to the Texans.
So you said you were just bigger than everybody else growing up, or what did you play up until that point? You played, I'm sure, a bunch of sports.
Yeah, I did. I did. I was a very active kid. Anything I could get my hands on, I played. My main sport was soccer, football, and also a little bit of rugby. I did shot put, athletic shot put, a little bit of basketball. Some rowing, machine rowing, and
you're looking for something physical. It seems like that's what it sounded. That's what it sounds like.
Literally anything I could get my hands on, I would do.
What was the reaction from your family who said, you know what, I want to play American football?
Because they didn't quite know what the sport was, so they didn't really know how to react. It's kind of like, if you enjoy it, just make sure you keep safe, just because, they know the contact. But just like I said, because I was always willing to play physical sports, they always kind of knew that I was always going to do something physical, because rugby in itself is quite physical.
I'm sure you were probably pretty good at rugby too.
Yeah. I was. Not to toot my own horn, but I was pretty decent when I was growing up.
No, please go ahead, because I'm sure you wrecked shop there too.
So when I was growing up, because I was bigger than most other people. I was actually playing for the year above, just because I could handle the physicality, and that was when I was kind of exposed to the big hits. So I wasn't really scared of that when I transitioned over to American football.
So when you get on the field here, what is the biggest shock to the system when you get involved here with these guys that have been playing football? A lot of these guys since middle school, even before that. What has been the biggest shock to you, getting used to the speed of play, the pace of play, the physicality over here?
The physicality, is something I expected. It's a physical sport, so I kind of had that on my mind coming in. I'd probably say the biggest thing is just the experience. Like you said, a lot of these guys have been playing football since they were knee high. And there's some part of the game where you just can't teach, where you have to work off your feel, what you've experienced in the past. And at the moment, that's just what I'm trying to, that's the gap I'm trying to close. And I know with the coaching over here, it shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, what's the biggest thing they're really teaching you right now in these earlier days at camp to kind of get you into the form that they're looking for? What's the biggest thing they're preaching?
Yeah, for me, it's just kind of, the playbook aspect of things it wasn't ever overwhelming for me, because I like to think I'm a student of the game. I like to study both offense and defense, so that hasn't really been an issue for me. But just like I said, it's just kind of getting the feel of of when to use power, when to use finesse, and how to accomplish those finesse moves. And like I said, that just comes with experience. So the more I practice with the guys, the more coaching I can soak in. I'm sure I'll get up to speed in no time.
What's the biggest question that you get from your teammates?
The biggest question is just, with the accent. Any question I ask, it's always repeated back to me in a makeshift English accent. So yeah, the guys love to have a lot of fun with that. And they just ask like what the biggest difference is in terms of the disparity between football over here and football in England. And I'm a very open guy. I love to educate as much as possible. So any question that they have in terms of the difference between here and UK, I'll be more than willing to answer.
And finally, what's your favorite part of Houston, Texas so far? What did you expect about Houston, and what has it delivered for you? What do you like the most about this?
I expect the heat, the humidity for sure. I was warned about it.
Yeah, but it still gets them getting used to, I would think.
Sure. I mean, yeah, the first practice session, my lungs were crying out for help a couple of times. My favorite thing, I've been to a couple of restaurants and I'm still yet to experience any bad food. Like the food over here, the people is great. Everyone's welcoming so far. And, I look forward to exploring some more of the city as time goes on.
Awesome. Good luck to you, man. Hope to see you out there. Dayo, thanks for stopping by.